Today is a Fresh Friday about genetics, and your genetics don't change. However, what I like to say is that genetics load the gun, and your lifestyle habits are determined upon whether or not that trigger is released. So, and emotional traumas can come into play too as well. So, one of the things that I thought I would share is that this year, actually, my brother, who I thought was my brother, speaking of genetics, said that, hey, guess what? You're my half sister. And that just led to a whole nother thing. And so the genetics part is great. However, if you do go to 23andMe, because it is the holidays coming up, 23andMe, they offer a lot of holiday specials, and they're really good with their advertising. So I wanted to tell you that this is available, and not a lot of people know that I do this, but this is like one of the best one and done sessions that you can get. So the health and ancestry, I can even give you a better discount code if you're interested. Just private message me. And, sometimes during the holidays, they have buy one, get one free. However, they send you a kit, you spit in the vials. It takes about 6 weeks to process. Once you get the results in, you let me know. So you want this one here, the health and ancestry, not the ancestry and traits. And so once I know, then I can walk you through downloading the raw data from that. And then once you download the raw data, then I can upload that into my own program. So what I do, once the raw data is uploaded, we get a detailed report, probably about 25 pages. Now this looks at all of your genes as it relates to, it can do vitamins, minerals, omega-3s, detoxification, glucose metabolism, metabolic weight management, cognitive health and memory, immune health, energy, fitness, cardiovascular health, and GI health. And so it's a summary of different categories, and it tells me how well you are at either exhibiting that as a possible factor in your life, or whether no, you don't have to worry about it. So you see here, consider action. So vitamin A doesn't really convert in me. This is my results. And so, like I said, you don't have to do this again and again. It's really just kind of a one and done session. And it tells you, wow, no wonder I take B12 shots at the doctor and they never work, because you have an issue maybe methylating or absorbing B12. You might need a different form. And so there's so many different reasons why things might go awry with your health. So starting at the basics in terms of what's going to force you to make a change in your life, whether it's going to be a lifelong supplement, whether it's going to be a lifelong way of eating. This is a really great place to start. And I also can parallel this information with your SpectraCell micronutrient test. So it's like, see, you're very at risk to be deficient in this because of your genes. So it's something that you want to take on a regular basis so that you don't exhibit some of the different deficiency symptoms that we take as sometimes to be normal, but they're not normal and they're easily corrected. So again, you could see no action for B12. However, vitamin A, which is a key player in detoxification. So, however, because of my genetic makeup, I have this poor ability to convert to active retinol. So we have here, consider action with pyridoxine, vitamin B6. It's really, really important for the nervous system, and also gives us like some suggestions right here. I should probably get rid of those. But so you guys can see that it really does matter when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to your genes, and what does that exhibit. So vitamin D, again, my vitamin D at my MD's office, my medical doctor's office, was extremely high. Like what they say is extremely high. I think it was like 72 or something, but and I didn't think it was all that high. However, it really doesn't matter what the results come out with in the serum, because nutrients, in order for them to work, have to be in the cell. And if it's not in the cell, I don't care if it's floating around my bloodstream, high or low. It needs to be in the cell where it can work and do its job. And there's so many jobs that these nutrients have to do. So, vitamin D, there's a lot of people that end up, taking those 20,000 once a week. It just depends. Some people need a smaller micellized version to get into their cells nowadays because of the world that we live in. Yes, sunlight's a source, but the more melanin in your skin, the darker your skin is, the less likely you'll be at converting into active vitamin D. So high risk here, especially when we're talking about COVID, the people that also end up getting sick, ironically, have been extremely low in vitamin D as well. It's easily corrected. So this is kind of like a great thing to do once a year. I won't go over too much of it to bore you, but you can see if there's any detoxification, see consider action. This is why we run the transformation group 2-3 times a year, and we'll get to talking more about that in the future. So it's important for me to continue to do this metabolic detox and also enzymes. So the more I work out, even though it's a healthy thing, the more oxidants I'm creating. So we want to make sure that those oxidants are quenched by antioxidants and that you don't exhibit any oxidative stress from it. So not to bore you, but just wanted to show you something that was absolutely amazing for this Fresh Friday that you might not know about, because you might have those results from like 5 years ago when they started really pumping this company. However, if you have the health and Ancestry, or even Ancestry.com I can use, and you'd like to know more about your genetic wellness report, please feel free to private message me and we could get that going for you. It's enlightening, and I would highly suggest doing it. And I hope you guys were interested in this, and please leave a comment and let me know what else you'd like to see on our Fresh Fridays coming up in the near future, especially now that we're coming into the holidays. So thanks, guys. Have a wonderful weekend, and I hope this darn thing recorded.